Hello everyone, this is Midlife Music Teacher and I'm Mrs. G. And in this video, I'm going to begin a series kind of talking about my favorite band, 21 Pilots, and the story that they've been telling for the past 10 to 11 years. I truly believe that this story starts sort of with a prologue, and that prologue is fairly local. So let's take it from the top. I love storytellers. I love great music. I think that this is part of one of the reasons why I do like this band, 21 Pilots, so much. Their ability to write music that connects with people, even if you don't know the story, is a great thing about them. But when I first started to become a fan of theirs during the Blurryface era, I didn't realize at that time that this was a narrative, a storyline. And most of us understood that Blurryface, the name of the album, was a character that represented Tyler Joseph's insecurities, his doubts, those parts of his brain that made him feel unworthy. He explored this character of Blurryface throughout this album. During the tour and throughout this album, Blurryface is just this character that Tyler puts on. He wears black paint on his hands and neck. Those are where Blurryface attacks him the most. His hands, because that's what he uses to play and write his music, and his neck, his throat, his voice, that which he uses to sing and speak his lyrics. Blurryface kind of materializes with red eyes and a deep voice. And while we've seen glimpses of this in past imagery and past albums, this is where it really kind of comes into focus. Now, before the album came out, there was a Twitter account, the Blurryface Twitter account, and I really wasn't a big fan at the time, so I didn't know about this until later. But Blurryface would tweet things out in preparation of this album coming out. And then throughout the storyline, this Blurryface account would become active here and there throughout the storyline. And so Blurryface here represents this part of Tyler Joseph. And this album, the Blurryface tour, 21 Pilots then toured the Emotional Roadshow, which was like a second phase tour from the Blurryface album. And throughout these tours, they explored this imagery, this character of Blurryface, but there wasn't a very solid story at that time. Fairly Local was the first video and song that was released off the Blurryface album. Even though 21 Pilots did not put this song or video on their story playlist, I feel like is like a prologue to the story. The imagery that's used in here, lyrics, movement, the different things in this video kind of set the stage. So again, here we have Tyler and Josh, and while we don't necessarily have their characters of Torchbearer and Clancy yet, they're standing back to back, something that they do on the Clancy tour. And Josh has the covering over his face, and they go in two opposite directions. Again, here we see Tyler with the black on his hands and on his neck. And this is the first time the fans have seen Tyler wearing this, what is affectionately known as the Blurryface paint. And so here in this video, we have him wearing the blurry face paint for the first time.
I'm evil to the core. What I shouldn't do, I will. They say I'm emotional. What I wanna save, I'll kill. Is that who I truly am? I truly don't have a chance. Tomorrow I'll keep a beat and repeat yesterday's dance.
So we have him saying, I'm evil to the core. It's all kind of in a negative way in this first verse. This is his insecurity and his doubts really plaguing him. He's not good enough. He's not worthy enough. He's too emotional, and he puts it into his music. And this is the result.
Yo, this song will never be on the radio. Even if my click would have picked and the people would have vote. It's a few, the proud and the emotional.
And there you have it. The first time the few, the proud, and the emotional are mentioned. Now, the few, the proud, and the emotional, that kind of has to do with the fan base. You also have this FPE, few, the proud, and the emotional, that carries you all the way through the story. FPE comes back around so many times, and I'll try to highlight that a little bit as we go through the story. But this right here is the first time that's mentioned. The few, the proud, and the emotional. Keep that in mind as we go through the story.
Yo, you, bulletproof and black like a funeral. The wonder riders is burning, but we're so cold. It's a few, the proud.
When he does this, that kind of motion, that does come back. The imagery there comes back later on in the story. Again, I feel like this song is very prologue. Second verse is the flip side. I'm not evil to the core. But here we have this red. Looking at his face. Scratching at his neck. Right here, if you look at his eyes, you have the red eyes. This is blurry face. You've got the deep voice. This is blurry face coming through. This is that character coming through. Tyler in the paint, in the red eyes, in the deep voice.
Be on the radio. Even if my click would have picked and the people would have vote, it's a few, the proud and the emotional. Yo, you, bulletproof and black like a funeral.
That eye twitch with the music.
The proud and the emotional.
It's a little characteristic. The blowing microphone. This red beanie, this glowing microphone. This imagery comes back a lot. Oh. Puts the mask over his face. That's something that they've done in the past, wearing these masks that cover their face. Now, he takes the jacket off. He's playing with his jacket in this video. He's trying to get rid of it, sticks it on the wall, it doesn't stick. Josh was supposed to fight with blurry face. There are photographs and little videos of Josh in makeup that shows him all beaten and bruised.
Makeup on for a scene that we never shot. Fairly local, there was this. Do you remember, Mark?
This was like the first time we shot with like a huge crew because it was the first video for Blurry Face. And so the label got behind it. We shot in LA. It was the first time I had like a DP and like a assistant director that was like telling me that we need to hurry. And so we got to the scene where we were still shooting your stuff. And then we sent Josh to go get his makeup done for all the bloody effect for this final scene that would happen when the song was over. And he comes back. He like looks really good. I'm like, damn, like they spent a lot of time on that. He looks really good. But then I'm getting told we're done. It's going to be like $1,200 more if we go over in a single minute, and like we're trying to like rush.
What was the idea behind that scene?
Oh, I just wanted to smack Josh around.
Are you okay?
And that never made it into the video. And I'm kind of glad it didn't, because as the story unfolded, it wasn't really Josh's character that had to fight Blurryface. Josh's character is more of kind of trying to keep the beat through this whole story. And so I'm glad that they didn't put that in the video. I think that would have been hard to explain as the story played out. To go along with my theory that Fairly Local is the prologue to this story, 21 Pilots chose to use this imagery and this music to open up their set for the Emotional Roadshow. Excuse the shaky concert footage from the show that I went to in 2017, but to the right is the Sparks visual version of the imagery that was shown on the screen. I also find it interesting that during the Emotional Roadshow, this Fairly Local led into Heavy Dirty Soul.
Yo, this song never be on the radio. Even if I cook with a pick and the people with the vote, it's a few the proud and emotional. Yo, you bulletproof and black with the funeral. The one around us is burning, but we're so cold.
So that's just my opinion. I think the Fairly Local song and video kind of sets the stage for this story. That Blurryface is a character that later will be developed more. Tyler, without Blurryface influencing him, is a character that will be developed further. Josh, as the drummer, as kind of like in the other room during this, is a character that will be explored further. And the few, the proud, and the emotional that is introduced in this video and the lyrics in this song become a very important part of the story and the storyline. Please go to the 21 Pilots channel. Please go and watch Fairly Local, the video, listen to the music in its full without pausing or without me talking over it. And those are just my little thoughts on what I like to call the prologue to the story. And then in the next video, we'll explore the first song and video from the story, which they've put on their playlist, which is Heavy Dirty Soul. Please like this video with a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel as I explore this story further. Yeah, comment below what are your thoughts on Fairly Local being a prologue, if you would. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.